and welcome to Game 7 of the World Series, where the best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani, and the Los Angeles Dodgers will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays, whose team's batting average as a whole in the postseason is .303. I'm Eddie McPhillips, joined by my partner, James White. We are here live at the Rogers Center, and Shohei Ohtani will be on the mound for the Dodgers, and on the rubber for the Blue Jays will be Max Scherzer. James, hit us with today's pitching stats.
So for today's pitching stats, we have two great pitchers, arguably the best player in baseball, and then we have someone who is bound Hall of Fame bound Max Scherzer, who is looking for his third World Series win, and it's just going to be, let's see if he can just have a great outing this postseason. So his stats will, for Max Scherzer, he's 1-0, .450 ERA, 1.30 WHIP. He has 10 innings pitched, 8 hits, 8 Ks, 5 walks, and he has given up 3 home runs. Now for Shohei Ohtani, he has a 2-1 win-loss. He's obviously been doing great this whole season, and so 2-1 for him. He's a .350 ERA, .89 WHIP, 18 innings pitched, 11 hits, 25 Ks, 5 walks, and 1 home run given up. So, obviously, these two teams have just been battling it out this whole series, this season, this postseason. It's just been great. We see some incredible moments, like in the ALCS. This Toronto Blue Jays team, they were down 0-2, and Vladdy showed them how it's done. He came through, and he has 8 home runs in the postseason. He's just been doing great for them. Eddie?
Now, James, what do you think about Dave Roberts' last-minute switch, taking out Andy Pages and putting in Miguel Rojas at second base and in for center field, Tommy Edman?
Yeah, so obviously, Pages, the center fielder, he hasn't been doing too well.
He's batting 80.
Yeah, he's batting .80, so it's not obviously not very good. He did send them to the NLCS, but still, that walk-off error, Phillies did not show up that game. Obviously, Pages, he is great defensively, speedy outfielder. That's what you need, but it's not exactly World Series material. And, they've been flipping through all of these, Dave Roberts, he's been making lots of roster movements. Justin Dean, he's had Tommy Edman, from time to time, putting him in. Andy Pages has been questionable, even Miguel Rojas. So obviously, lots of moves in this postseason for Dave Roberts. But I think he always has a reason for something, and that's something I really do think it will work out for him, especially against this great Blue Jays team. And we just have a stacked lineup. Eddie, want to get into the Blue Jays lineup as we're just underway, as we are about 2 minutes till first pitch. We just have a great game here at the Rogers Center. Eddie, let's get into the lineup.
Batting first at the DH position, we have George Springer. Batting second, the left fielder, Nathan Lukes. Batting third, we have the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting fourth, we have the second baseman, number 11, Bo Bichette. Batting fifth, we have the right fielder, Addison Barger. Batting sixth, we have the catcher, number 30, Alejandro Kirk. And batting seventh, we have the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Batting eighth, we have Ernie Clement, the third baseman, representing the number 22. And finally, in the ninth spot, we have the shortstop, Andres Gimenez.
All right. So, as we are just underway, this Blue Jays team, they've really they've had some history, in the playoffs. They had a huge playoff drought for 21 years. Can you believe that, Eddie? It was a long and hard fight to get here. They had to earn their way, and they clearly did. They took over the New York Yankees in the AL East spot which got them the bye week into the ALDS. They would end up defeating them anyway, and obviously it was a great run for them. They've had a great season as we are just underway, and this Blue Jays team, they've had quite the postseason ride as they're making their last appearance in 2023. All right.
And, Shohei Ohtani in the Game 4, he pitched 6 innings. He gave up 6 hits. He had 4 errors, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Ohtani, like you said, he has 3 games started in the postseason. He's 1-1, 62 strikeouts. Solid postseason.
Definitely.
And, James, let's just go back to that stat I mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast where the Blue Jays team as a whole is batting .303. Now, what do you think they can do to keep that alive here in Game 7, possibly get the World Series win?
Obviously, the momentum has really been showing for this Blue Jays lineup. They have guys like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette is coming back from his injury.
You have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting .412 with Bo Bichette batting .316. And then you have guys you don't really hear about, like the right fielder Addison Barger. He's batting .357.
Yeah, obviously, you don't hear from him a lot, but he did have that very exciting grand slam. Max Scherzer, he's the oldest pitcher to start a winner-take-all World Series game at 41 years old.
And 97 days.
Yeah, this Blue Jays team, like I was saying, they have had a huge drought from 1994 to 2015. After they did have those 2 World Series wins, 1993 and 1992, went back-to-back. Atlanta in 92 and Philly in 93. And we are just underway. Any last-minute thoughts before we get in here?
This would be great for the Dodgers to get their back-to-back World Series win, especially for that whole spot of LA. They've been good, but they've been struggling the past couple of years in LA sports. I feel like Boston areas are taking over better as well as Philly. They used to be their main spot, so it would be great, and it'd also be great for the Blue Jays. Like first, would it be the first World Series win in 32 years?
Yeah, they haven't won a World Series in 1993. They would end up winning in 4 against Philly. And then in 1992, they also won. So they went back-to-back. They won against the Atlanta Braves. They had a big drought, but they have had a decently... They've made their appearances here and there, but nothing like this. But it comes down to the 2025 World Series Game 7. We have a lot of great hitters on this team. I'm talking guys like, do you hear Vladimir Guerrero Jr.?
Yes, I have.
Obviously, he's giving his World Series, if he wins, he's giving his World Series ring to his dad, who never won a World Series. He played for, he's a Hall of Famer, Vladimir Guerrero, and he played Hall of Famer. He was just a great player, never got that World Series win. But that's touching, giving your dad your World Series ring if you win. So that just adds another sentimental part and extra strive to win this all. He's just been a great hitter this postseason. Won the AL for the ALCS. He won the MVP for the CS. He's a young stud, and he's been hitting tanks this whole postseason. And hopefully that momentum will help him to strive more to hitting more bombs, get on base, take one for your team.
And now, James, what do you think about with Ohtani? I mean, this is his first time starting 2 games with less than a 3-day break. Especially, this is his first time ever doing that, and both playing the two-way player position at DH and pitcher. He's been solid both ways. Very very solid both ways. He has 8 home runs this postseason, 14 RBIs. He's batting .254. But as a pitcher, he's a .350 ERA. Could be better, but could be worse. Now, what do you think he could do in today's game to maybe even that out a little bit? Maybe not just play good on offense, but play better, be a better pitcher. What do you think he could do?
Pitching always beats good hitting. And really, with this Blue Jays offense, it's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard to pitch around these guys. George Springer has just been lightning this whole postseason, but I feel like every part of this Blue Jays offense has really contributed, and this is why they're here, because of their offense. Nothing against their pitching, but they've just lights out defense also. Every little thing counts, and really, I think Ohtani can get around them, but it's gonna take one ride, and I think if they want a shot at winning this World Series, if they want a shot at breaking this drought, they're really gonna have to hit Ohtani well, because Dodgers have such good pitching, and they've developed a dynasty. Guys like Roki Sasaki, Yamamoto, Tyler Glass now. It's just been great. It's great to see what Dave Roberts can really do with the team, and how he can really put the pieces together like a puzzle. And he's really found his perfect team, and it's gonna be really exciting to see this Game 7. It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna be able to experience with you guys, and it's gonna be great. Lots of crazy moments. This is going to be a great Game 7.
Yeah, definitely, James. I definitely agree with that. So, what do you think it would mean for Canada as a country to bring back this World Series?
Yeah, definitely. There's one Canadian team, and I feel like it's tough. You have this Canadian team, and everyone, it's gotten pretty controversial over the years. You've had nation versus nation. They had the disbanding of the Montreal Expos over 20 years ago, and so there's only one Canadian team, so they're a little left out, definitely, and it would mean a lot for Canada to get a win for them, but it's going to be hard against this Dodgers team. Like I said, they've had a dynasty. They built a dynasty, and it's really exciting, but there's so many things that you can like about one team, and then you could hate them for this, you could hate them for that, but that's besides the point. We are underway as Eddie.
Shohei Ohtani will be batting first for the Dodgers as Max Scherzer on the mound.
All right. So, for those of you tuning in at wherever you are, just getting into some quick pregame stats and facts. So for our umpires today, our home plate umpire, Jordan Baker, first base umpire, Adrian Johnson, second base umpire, Mark Wedgner, who was previously appointed the crew chief of the umpires for the World Series. So congrats to him. For our third base umpire, we have John Tupani, and then for our outfield umpires, which we do need them in games like this, All-Star games and playoffs. Left field umpire will be Alan Porter, and right field umpire will be Adam Hamari.
And our lineup for today's game: batting first, we have Ohtani. Second, Will Smith.
And we are underway. It's the first pitch of the game. Max Scherzer to Shohei Ohtani. We're getting on to, all right, Eddie.
Max Scherzer this postseason, he loves to go to that fastball. He's been throwing that 50% of the time. And Ohtani and Scherzer have met before. 2 at-bats against each other. One was a home run for Ohtani, and one was a 3-pitch strikeout for Scherzer. As Scherzer, the first pitch underway, and that's a cutter up high from Scherzer. That was hit 91. In the World Series, Ohtani is batting .318.
And that's how this game gets started. The 1-0 to Shohei Ohtani.
Scherzer on the rubber. The pitch, the delivery, and that's a ball outside. That's a ball. Yeah, that's a ball outside. That's a 4-seam fastball. That hit 95.
All right, the 2-0 to Ohtani. Ohtani
It's
fouls that one.
That's going to be a foul ball. And you know, at home plate, as James mentioned before, we have Jordan Baker, home plate umpire. Ohtani. Scherzer.
2-1.
The pitch.
One kick the pitch.
And he hits that one. And that's dropped in for a base hit. It looks like Dalton Varsho wasn't able to get there in time. He let it drop in. Ohtani with a single on the fourth pitch from Scherzer.
You know, great piece of hitting by Ohtani there. Gets that in the low part of the zone. Gets under it. Barrels it. And gets into right center field. And he gets a hit.
Now, next up, we have Will Smith. In the postseason, he's batting .269. He has 7 RBIs and 1 home run. And that's a pitch right down the middle. That's a four-seam fastball hit 95. That's his second fastball of the day. Both of them touching 95.
The 0-1 now to Will Smith.
The pitch, the delivery. He swings. That one fouls off. What a curveball there by Scherzer. That hit 77 miles per hour.
Hang curveball by Max Scherzer. You know, gets it in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, a dangerous spot to go in there, especially with the slugger like this. He can turn this game around here in the first, but that was a surprise to me that he didn't.
And he grabs that one. That's to Guerrero Jr. Flips back to Scherzer. He gets the runner at first. But Ohtani advances to second. We're here in the top of the first. 1 out. Runner on second. Ohtani likes to steal. Let's see what he'll do, maybe.
Yeah, obviously with the wheels like Ohtani, Vladdy completely lays out for that one. Being the big defender he is, he gets that, scoops it, flips it to Scherzer, and he records the out. But with the speedy Ohtani, he advances to second. But I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if Ohtani steals later in this count, but I don't know what they want to do with a rocket arm behind the plate of Alejandro Kirk. Now stepping into the box,
Freeman hits that one. That's going back. Under it is Varsho. He'll make the catch. Ohtani tagging to third. With Ohtani's speed, he's to get there with a slide. Think he could get there in standing. No need. Ohtani on third. 2 outs. Next up to hit, we have Mookie Betts.
All right. So a fly out gets him over from Freeman. A quick at bat. And now up to the plate, Mookie Betts. Let's see what he can do with the runner in scoring position and 2 away here in the first.
Mookie Betts in the postseason. He's batting .239.
Now the 0-0 to Mookie.
That's down low. That's an 88 mile per hour slider.
All right, the 1-0. Now to Mookie Betts.
And for the 10th pitch of the World Series, Game 7, he lines that one out. That's
picked up by Jimenez. He fires that one over to Vladdy Guerrero Jr. He records the out. We head bottom first. We'll be back after this quick break. And we're back here in the bottom of the first as Shohei Ohtani
will take the mound after being on third, you know. I like to see, sometimes you see those YouTube videos, how fast does it take Ohtani to get into pitching, to get all of his base running gear off, you know? So,
yeah, he's not one of those guys like Fernando Tatis Jr., Ronald Acuna, who wears 50 pounds of base running equipment. You know, you have the Aria sliding mitt, the thumb guard, and then you have all that stuff, which you really don't need, as Ohtani's the best player. He's not really one of those flashy guys.
No, I mean, he's rocking New Balance.
Yeah, he is rocking the New Balance, which I love New Balance, by the way. All right, so we have a stacked Blue Jays lineup. Let's see how they can do against the best player in baseball, who was stranded at third after pretty, good. The Dodgers got great contact. Ohtani with the line drive into right center field. Great hitting. Freddie Freeman got the fly out, got him to third. I'd say it wasn't awful. It was pretty good. It was decent. All right, now for the starting lineup for the Blue Jays.
Our
Eddie?
starting lineup for the Blue Jays, in the one hole, we have George Springer, who will be facing Ohtani. And at the number 2, we have Nathan Lukes. Number 3, we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. At number 4, we have Bo Bichette. Number 5, we have Addison Barger. Number 6, we have Alejandro Kirk. Number 7, we have Dalton Varsho. Number 8, we have Ernie Clement. And finally at number 9, we have Andres Jimenez.
So, obviously, we see a lot of the Blue Jays fans, protesting against Ohtani. They do not like him because, the backstory to that is really Ohtani was expected to meet with the Blue Jays when he was ended up in his free agency, but he never got to Toronto. He stayed in the U.S., and he went to L.A. So that's why, some people are holding signs, booing, chants, stuff like that.
Springer, this is his first time facing Ohtani, so he's going to get the Ohtani pitching feel, see what he pitches like, which is, I'd say, absolutely incredible. I mean, you have a guy who's pitching great, absolutely amazing. I won't say it's the best you've ever seen. That's a pitch up high that looks like it's going to be a curveball up high. George Springer in the World Series, he's batting 3 for 333. He has 0 home runs, but 1 RBI. But in the postseason, he's batting 262 as he has 4 home runs, as that's a pitch outside with 10 RBIs and an 890 OPS.
All right. George Springer, he was, he's made a lot of World Series appearances. He's known for being on the 2020 Astros team. They were cheating, so that's why a lot of people don't like him, but that's now the 3-0 to George Springer.
3-0 for the walk, but no, that's called a fastball just outside, but in the zone. That's hit 97.
Just clips there, and now it's 31.
Pitch. He lines that one. Edman chasing for it, but no.
Kike Hernandez.
It's Hernandez, the throw. That goes off the glove of Mookie Betts. Springer is in there for a single.
Great piece of hitting by Springer. Gets it into the outfield. Tommy Edman was going to get in there, but Kike steals the ball from him. Obviously, Kike Hernandez, great defender, ended the game yesterday with that double play from the outfield after the line drive, and then ends up getting the runner off from second. So he's just, great overall player, has done great, was shining in that NLDS against the Phillies. I remember that was, just great performance by him. Now to the plate, Nathan Lukes. Now it's 1-0 count to Lukes.
Lukes, and that's right in there, hitting 99, almost 100. Almost hitting 100.
Lukes, 0 home runs on this postseason. 1-1 now to Lukes. He takes that one. Fastball right down the pipe for strike 2.
And the pitch. He hits that one. That was a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. The 1-2 pitch in the bottom of the first. On first base, we have Springer. Ohtani. Pitch 10 of the Dodgers. That's down low in the dirt. 2-2 count.
All right, now 2-2 to Nathan Lukes with no outs and a runner on first. here in the bottom of the second. Up next is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's batting .412 this postseason.
Ohtani.
2-2.
He rips that one foul right down the first base line. Just past the line.
You know, this Dodgers injury these Dodgers injuries has, not so much affected them, but there have been a couple important ones like Alex Vesia and Tanner
And he'll
Scott.
punch out Luke swinging. That's Ohtani's first strikeout of the night. On his second batter. Now up we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As you said earlier, he has a lot of unnecessary batting gear on.
All right, yeah. Vladdy. He's obviously, he's a great player, like his dad. A lot of I'd say a decent amount of people like him. He's a well-respected player, has a lot of flash, brings the hype to the team, and in big moments like Game 7, let's see if he can do anything really monumental here in Game 7.
And that's a fastball down low. 2-0 count, 1 out, runner on first, that being Springer.
As I was getting into injuries, Alex Vesia, the relief pitcher, as well as Tanner Scott, they are both out until the starting of next season. Tanner Scott was acquired from the San Diego Padres.
Counts 2-1 with a nasty curveball from Ohtani that got Guerrero Jr. swinging. The 2-2-1. Guerrero, the pitch, Ohtani, that's a fastball outside, 3-1 count.
Cut through that one. Now it's 3-1.
Guerrero Jr. has faced Ohtani 3 times. He has 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and batting .333. Pitch. He chops that one down the third base line. That's foul. Pitch 17 for Ohtani. About to be 18. 3-2 full count. Let's see. And he'll punch out Guerrero, the throw over to second. Springer thought Guerrero walked. Guerrero thought he walked. He got him out, but Springer attempting to steal. See the Will Smith throw over to second.
And
it's going to be Miguel Rojas.
And that's the end of the inning now. Great job by Smith, being in the moment, watching out for anything. They had that play in a couple games before with Bo Bichette. There's, lots of miscommunication, and that's what Will Smith looked out for. And that's very important, especially in games like these. You cannot miss that stuff, because that can sell you the game. And we'll cut to a short break.
And we're back here to the action. In the top of the second, as Scherzer, the pitch to Muncy. That's a curveball.
And he takes that one for an inside strike. Muncy, in this World Series, he is 3 for 24, a 125 average, with no homers.
That's up high. 1-1. On deck for the Dodgers, we have on deck for the Dodgers, we have Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez is on deck for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And, Teoscar, Captain Clutch, he's just been great this whole postseason. And, it's really shown with clutch home runs like that one in Philly. against them and
As Muncie swings through that.
in the late stages of Game 1.
Muncie. Scherzer. Pitch 15. 2-2. No outs. And Scherzer got him swinging with his slider. That's the first strikeout of the night for Max Scherzer. And I bet you, James, there'll be many more.
Definitely.
You know, you could see during the break, Blue Jays manager talking to one of the umpires.
Talking to the home plate umpire, obviously he was clearly not happy about the call made before.
Hernandez, that's a pitch he cannot take. And that was a fastball right down the middle. Hernandez. He'll make contact. He'll put that one into play. Barger getting under it. And Addison Barger will make the catch for the second out of the top of the second inning. You know, Max Scherzer this season, he missed the first 3 months due to a thumb injury.
Yeah, Max Scherzer, he's just been battling out his whole career. He's, went through countless injuries, stuff like that. And, it's really, it's just been a great career to really follow him and follow his journey as being one of the best pitchers there is for the modern day, as Tommy Edman calls.
Now, what do you think about his 2 different colored eyes there?
Yeah, obviously, he does have a condition, and it has not been stopping him.
Yeah, not stopping him at all from performing. You know, he's guaranteed a spot in the Hall of Fame. Wouldn't you say so?
Definitely. He's just had a great career, and, possibly a couple more years could come out of it.
Scherzer, the pitch to Edman. He pops that one right back again to the right fielder, Addison Barger. That was a little bit further back at the warning track. And
Yeah,
you see those fans sitting underneath the wall. You know, Rogers Stadium has some very, Rogers Center has some very interesting seats, by the wall. They have the Marriott.
Yeah, the Marriott. Obviously, it's gotten very expensive lately with the postseason and World Series. This Game 7, it is $12,000 and $1,400 with additional fees. Also, that is for Canadian dollars, but for U.S. dollars, it is $8,500.
Yep. So let's just do some quick math here, James. There's 50 total hotel rooms that are like that. Let's see.
In the Rogers Center?
Yes. So let's see.
So obviously, there are definitely people that go there. I don't think a lot. Do you know exactly where it is located?
I believe it's between 200 and 300. No, excuse me. Between just midway the 300 sections
Okay.
in the outfield.
All right. So that's pretty good seats. That's
a total of $500,000 in hotel rooms just for one night of Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah, that must be something else. Rogers Center is making a lot of money from the Marriott. Now, do you think a lot of money goes to the specific Marriott, or?
I wonder how that works. Maybe it just goes to the corporation as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it just goes. Maybe they give some
To the Blue Jays.
I think what happened there. Maybe the the Marriott selling some Blue Jays merchandise, World Series merchandise. I'd say they definitely give those commissions to the Blue Jays because that's partnered through the MLB. But I don't know about the actual hotel rooms itself. I'd say they have to give them a margin of it because, they're driving in that $500,000.
Yeah, definitely. So lots of profit being made there, just from hotel rooms. And I wonder, behind home plate seats must be roaring right now with, skyrocketing up for behind home plate seats for Game 7 of the World Series. That must be something else. Thousands of dollars. As we are back here at the bottom of the second.
Ohtani will stay on the mound.
We are
the Dodgers.
just underway as the bottom of the second. How long do you think that Shohei Ohtani will go on in
4 innings max?
4 innings max? Okay. I'm going to say 5. I think they're going to go for a little longer than intended. Maybe I'll pitch Yamamoto a little.
Bichette.
All right, Bo Bichette steps into the box. He takes a high ball. 1-0 now. 1-0. 1-0. The 1-0 to Bichette from Ohtani. That one's inside. 1-1. 2-0, excuse me. Bichette, coming off an injury, he's been day-to-day lately. Came in as pinch hitter. He takes that one.
I was just
Dot
about
from
right
Ohtani.
down the middle. And Ohtani to 2-1.
2-1 from Ohtani to Bichette.
The pitch. Oh, that almost hit him again.
Yeah.
That was a fastball there. On deck we have Barger.
He's batting
For the Blue Jays.
He's batting 476 this World Series.
As
He
that's
takes that one outside.
just outside. He'll take first base. Barger coming in to hit. He's 500 in the last. He's batting 500 in the last 4 games. Springer earlier had that, I'd say, idiotic running play there where he thought he walked. So did Guerrero Jr., but you got to pay attention to the umpire there. If the umpire calls it a walk, yeah, take your base. If the umpire calls it a strikeout, stay at first, unless you're the speed of the Flash.
I also do believe the umpire, the umpire's really, it's a hard spot to beat, the Game 7 umpire, but they do have to make fast calls, because if they make slow calls, then that's going to affect
what
the
happens.
team's, championships on the line. All right, now the 1-1 to Addison Berg. The one to kick the pitch from Ohtani. The delivery. That's low ball. 2-1 now to Addison Barger. All right. Ohtani, the one to kick the pitch.
That's
And-
a fastball dotted right down the middle.
2-2 now. Here with no away and a runner on first. Speedy runner on first. Bichette does have some speed. Nothing crazy. Someone like Ellie De La Cruz or any of those guys. But, he does have speed. Definitely, get around
Big part
the
of this
bases.
game, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. You need speed, you need runs, you need base runners, and with the heart of this lineup coming up, we're in it, and they really do need some base runners here. Now the full count to Addison Barger, 3-2, no outs. That's over the head of Miguel Rojas. Teoscar Hernandez gets it, but now we have runners on first and second, runner in scoring position.
No outs.
Nobody out. Now up to the plate is Alejandro Kirk. This World Series, he has 2 homers. He's a great catcher. He had a bit of an injury. He was day-to-day, but now he's back, and he's just been great. He is the smallest catcher, standing at 5'8".
There's some chunkiness to him.
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah.
But that helps him stop the balls.
Definitely.
And block the umpires from seeing what the call is, I'd say.
Yeah, it's great to have a bigger catcher as Kirk takes that one for a strike. He's there, and now it's 0-1. All right, now the 0-1 to Alejandro Kirk. He pops that one up. First base side, Freeman under it. He calls it off, and he makes the play. Now 1 away with a runner on first and second. All right. Now they got one here in the bottom of the second with runners on first and second, and a dangerous hitter in Dalton Varsho comes up to the plate. This World Series, he's batting 192. All right, Eddie. Anything on Varsho? You know, how do you think he can perform? Obviously, he's a home run this season, 2 RBIs, and a .685 OPS.
You know, I mean, this postseason, as you just said, yeah, he has.
You know, he's putting up decent numbers.
Putting up decent numbers.
Obviously.
Like, not Ohtani like. Not
Ohtani like.
Guerrero Jr. like.
As Ohtani throws that one. Can't find it there for a strike, but it's 1-1 now.
Well, you know, I think if they were to look that back at the ABS, I think they would have called that one a strike.
Definitely. The ABS was used in the 2025 All-Star game, and there are rumors that it's going to be used next season for the regular season.
I mean, I definitely think that's something they should get into. I mean, you have umpires blowing games for teams.
Yeah, obviously.
Looking like they're getting paid, where it's really just a bad call.
Yeah. Now the 1-2 to Varsho. He takes that one high upstairs for a ball, and now it's 2-2 with a runner on first and second and 1 out.
Varsho, the number 7 hitter for the Blue Jays.
As we get deeper into this lineup,
Ohtani, the pitch, he'll pop that one up.
to
The right
Teoscar.
fielder, Hernandez, will get under it. Runner will not tag.
Teoscar Hernandez hauls it in, just shy of the warning track. And now we have 2 away, and up to the plate, Ernie Clement.
Now, James, what about our weather for today's game?
So our weather for today's game, so obviously, we have it for you wherever you live. So this is presented to you by the weather app. So today's weather, 5 p.m. Pacific time, will be 47 degrees cloudy and 42 degrees in Eastern time. And obviously, we have Tyler Glass now warming up in the pen. So, 2
Clement,
away,
the
the 0-1 to Clement.
He'll
He
put that
lines
in.
that one into...
Hernandez. Stopping at third is Bichette
So now we got bases juiced now.
with 2 outs. And you have the number 9 hitter for the Blue Jays, Andres Jimenez.
All right. Now Andres Jimenez steps up to the plate with bases loaded here in the bottom of the second.
You know, I think that was a smart play by Bichette. They are not going to home. I mean, there's an arm in Hernandez. Definitely.
Yeah. Obviously, we've seen that a lot in Hernandez. Bichette, not the speediest guy. He looked a little disappointed when he didn't go. Andres Jimenez, this postseason with runners on base, he has a .290 average, 2 homers, 11 RBIs, and an .877 OPS. He's 7 for 17 with RISP. And, he's just done a great job knocking in runs and, getting great at-bats at the same time. Not everybody can do that. He just puts up great at-bats, and that's what leads to so many RBIs in him. And he's just a great contact hitter. So this World Series, obviously not putting up that good of numbers. He was great, doing great in the regular postseason. This World Series, he's batting 130.
Jimenez.
Steps up to the box.
The bases
2
loaded.
away.
Ohtani. Almost his 40th pitch he has. That's a ball down low inside.
Definitely above average. Excuse me. It's getting high for Ohtani. In the pitch count, especially the 40th pitch now. Now the count is 1-1 as he takes that one for a strike. So 1-1, 2 outs, bases loaded. 1-1 count to Jimenez.
And he'll swing
Swings
through
to
that
one.
pitch from Ohtani. 1-2. Ohtani is strikeout and 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam. Ohtani, he looks ready. He
The
is.
1-2.
Pitch. He hits that one. He fouls that one off behind the back net.
So now 2 away with bases loaded. Here in the bottom of the second, the 1-2 count. Andres Jimenez.
And now Ohtani on the rubber. The one that kicked the pitch. He delivered that swinging four-seam fastball, 99. Gets the punch out. Ohtani got out of the little jam. And now the Los Angeles Dodgers has a chance to score the first runs
Of
this
the ball
baseball
game. We head to the top of the third after this short intermission.
And we're here, back to the action. By Scherzer, the pitch. That gets the bottom right corner of the strike zone for strike one of the at-bat against Barger. Excuse me. That's Kiki Hernandez. And Scherzer, the pitch to Hernandez. He clocks that one to center field. But under it gets the Blue Jays center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Max Scherzer, he's the 4th pitcher to start multiple World Series winner-take-all games. And if he does win this game, he'll be the 3rd pitcher. This will be the 3rd time he'll do it. As Miguel Rojas, he was a late roster move in today's game. They pulled out Pages and then put in Edman at center field, and then decided to put Miguel Rojas at second base. He's batting .231 in the postseason. He has 0 home runs, 1 RBI. He has a .517 OPS. Scherzer, pitch 26. For Rojas this World Series, he is 0 for 5.
Yeah, obviously, not a lot of stats to back up Rojas. Obviously, the move by Dave Roberts. I don't know. It was a pretty questionable move. Lots of arrangements being made offensively and defensively. But, Dave Roberts, as we...
And Scherzer gets him swinging with a nasty changeup. And now you have the top of the order, Shohei Ohtani.
All right. Top of the third, 2 outs. So Ohtani up.
He clocks that one to left field. Under it is Barger. And he'll be able to make that catch. He'll haul it in. And that's the end.
Nathan Lukes. What a catch. And he hauls that one in just up against the wall. Makes the grab. And there's 3 outs. We'll be back. And we're back here in the bottom of the third as Shohei Ohtani remains on the mound after over 40 pitches here in the bottom of the third. They keep him in. Very questionable move by the Dodgers, especially when they do have Tyler Glass now warming up. We saw it earlier. Obviously, there have been a lot of questionable calls this game.
I mean, it looks like the Blue Jays head coach is talking about something with the pitch clock.
Definitely.
They're not paying attention to it with Ohtani. You know, Ohtani is one of those guys who does take a bit longer to get ready on the mound. Won't you say so?
Yeah, obviously we have those pitchers that go super fast with their wind-up, almost like a quick pitch, which you cannot do. But, you know, they're not violating the rules so much, but more extending it, kind of. But, yeah, we have Mark Carlson talking in New York from the Replay Center. This is his 27th season. And, you know, we just have a great game so far. Scoreless here in the bottom of the third as Ohtani continuing to warm up. So, you know, how much longer, obviously we've seen how long.
I think this is going to be his last inning.
Okay. Now, Springer, as he fouls that one back. Springer, 1 for 1. He laced a single on his first trip up.
But he did make a base running mistake.
He did make that, which was very questionable about the call.
Jr.
There's been multiple things.
Strikeout, which he thought was a walk, as Ohtani delivers that pitch. That's upstairs, but he swings through.
So now 0-2 with no outs here in the early goings of the bottom of the third. Pitch number 46 for Ohtani. That was that one back. 101 on a gun. On the gun. Fouls it off. And it remains 0-2. The 0-2. Springer.
That's way
Low and
outside.
Curveball.
1-2. Ohtani creeping up on 50 pitches. And you have multiple guys in that Dodgers bullpen getting ready. That pitch. He swings that one. That's dropped into Kiki Hernandez.
Dropped into left field. Kike Hernandez gets it. Grounds it into the outfield. And just a routine play for him. Springer 2 for 2 on the night. And he extends his hitting streak now in the early goings of this Game 7 in the World Series. Dodgers are looking for their 8th World Series win, 9th, including the Brooklyn Dodgers. The Dodgers, this is their 68th season.
Nathan Lukes, he tries to bunt. That's
Drops
successful.
Down, and it's picked off by Freddie Freeman. So
he's out at first, but gets the runner at second.
So a sack bunt there, and now he moves over the runner in scoring position. Great job by Ohtani. Great pick by Freddie Freeman. And we have one away here with a runner in scoring position.
And now
and
we
a
have the
dangerous
big
hitter.
dog, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
So a dangerous hitter up, especially with... And that steps away from Will Smith! And George Springer heads on to third. So now a runner in the corner. And we now have a runner on third after Will Smith can't pick that one. And a dangerous hitter in Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I mean, all he really needs. And they're going to intentional walk him.
So now the double play is in action. Very smart move by Dave Roberts. So Ohtani in a pressure situation.
He got out of the bases loaded before.
Let's see if he can get out of this jam with runners in the corners. Now brings up Bo Bichette. His first plate appearance was a walk. This World Series, he's 316 average, 0 homers, and 3 RBIs.
Now Bo Bichette.
The second
Let's
baseman
see what he can do. The second baseman.
usually starts at short, but this postseason, this World Series,
As he
Bichette drives one to deep center field, way up there, and that ball is gone.
And that's a 3-run shot for Bo Bichette. That is his first home run in this postseason, and that's his 6th RBI.
A great piece of hitting by Bo Bichette. Absolutely tanks that one out to deep center field. And
there goes Ohtani on the mound.
There he goes. Well, let's see. I mean, we were just saying he could get out of it. 442, 110 off of the bat.
He knew it as soon as he made contact that it was gone, and Dave Roberts is pulling Ohtani.
So we'll see who he goes with. Will he go with the young reliever, or will he go with the experienced Glass now? So we don't know, but Bichette knew it. Looked at it, dropped his bat, and into the deep Ontario sky. That thing's out of here. Everyone knew it, and it is. And this game has turned upside down here in Toronto, Ontario. So we head into a pitching change. We'll be back after this quick intermission.
And we're back here as Justin Robleski comes in for Ohtani. And that's a foul ball from Barger. That just chopped it right down the third base line. Now, let's see in the fourth what the Dodgers can do to gain these 3 runs back. Off the 3-run shot for Bo Bichette. That's his first home run of the postseason. He has 6 RBIs. Barger, who's 1 for 1 earlier, he had a single. He loops that one in over the head of the center fielder for the Dodgers, Tommy Edman. And he's on first. Edman was able to make a good recovery and made a little hop, skip, and a bounce over his head, and that's just a replay of the Bichette home run. He knew as soon as he saw that it was out of there. Here you could see the big dog, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's happy for him, as well as I think the whole Toronto dugout. Robleski to Kirk. That's a curveball inside for a strike. Robleski. Kirk clocks one a deep right field. Oh, that was a spectacular catch by Edman. He's bouncing off the wall. He was able to make the catch. And that's the second out of this inning. Robleski reviewing the paper of the pitch com. He'll make his selection. And you have Glass warming up the pitch. Varsho, 0 for 1. He flew out in the second. The pitch now. That's down the third base line, but foul. Varsho had that nice catch earlier in the first inning. Robleski. The pitch. Oh, absolutely dotted him up there with a sinker. How did he not swing at that? Must have been the pitch. Must have been the pitch he wasn't looking for. Because that was right down the middle. How can you not swing at a pitch like that? That's in the dirt. But he'll swing through it. And now we'll take a quick... We'll be back to the action. And I'll be back to the action in just a bit. And he'll drive that one deep. Back. Smith. Oh, he drops it. That was the Blue Jays center fielder, Varsho. He dropped it, and Will Smith is in there with a double.
And he earns himself a double right after we just got into this game here in the top of the fourth. Dave Roberts, this is his 10th season as Dodgers manager.
And he's just 1-1 away from his third World Series title.
A great piece of hitting by Will Smith. You have that big top wall and left field. Varsho came over. He knocked it down. It would have been extra bases anyway. But
He was almost... It looks like he just missed the catch with his glove. It looks like he was there and ready, but as that pitch is up high from Scherzer.
Freddie Freeman, 1-1 count, no outs.
So far Scherzer has an amazing pitch count.
Yeah, definitely. He's ahead in this ball game, and with the runner on second,
Freeman, he hits that one. That's over the head.
that one lines in. Barger has it, and Will Smith stays at third now. We have runners in the corners now, and the Blue Jays won't make the call to the bullpen. They'll start warming up some people. So now we have runners in the corners. No outs. And here in the top of the fourth. Great piece of hitting by Freddie Freeman. Earns himself a hit. Now to play Mookie Betts.
He's 0 for 1 with runner, and now there's runners in the corners. Did he go? No, he did not. 1-0 count. He's 0 for 1. He had a ground out in the first. This World Series, he's 148, but in the postseason as a whole, Mookie Betts is batting .239. He has no home runs, but he still has 8 RBIs. Let's see if he can change that on this at-bat, as that's a nasty curveball there from Scherzer. 1-1 count. No outs. Runners in the corners for Mookie Betts. Let's see what he can do. Pitch 35 in the night for Scherzer, and he hits that one. He knew it's popped up under that. Looks like it's going to be.
At Barger.
Barger's racing under. You had a cutter of guys there.
Addison
Bo
Barger.
Bichette. You had Bo Bichette,
Dalton
Barger,
Varsho.
and Varsho all running to it.
But there's still, now the double play is in effect. So we have runners in the corners with 1 away. So the inning-ending double play, the last thing he wants is to hit a ball on the ground and get the inning-ending double play. But it's bottom 4, and with Max Muncy, hasn't done much this World Series, only a home run, but he has done great this overall postseason, so maybe he can come up clutch for his team and tie this ball game up. And swings through that one, a low curveball. Scherzer doesn't want to go into a spot like that. Sir Anthony Dominguez warming up in the pen. 0-1 now to Max Muncy. He can't go into a position like that. Give him a hanging curveball. It was a little low, but still, Max Muncy is known for tanking those ones. And that's low. Another curveball. Now it's 1-1. Almost hits him there. I was about to nick him, but hit the ground first. Now 1-1 to Max Muncy.
1-1, runners in the corners. Will Smith and Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman, I'd say he'll be cemented in Dodgers history.
Definitely.
Especially in the World Series and postseason.
Yeah. Multiple walk-offs. He's arguably the nicest player in all of
all of MLB.
All of the MLB. He's just a great overall person, a great overall player, and he's just a great ball player, and that's really what Cooperstown wants. Now the 3-1.
Scherzer getting a little shaky on the mound. Not exactly dotting up those pitches where he wanted them. 3-1. Let's see if he'll load the bases here. Who's next up? You have a guy like Hernandez.
Yeah, Teoscar Hernandez, Captain Clutch. He fouls that one away, and now it's full count. So we got full count, 1 out, runners in the corners. Here in the top of the fourth, they are down by 3. They really can get bases loaded here and have the go-ahead run at the plate. That would be big for this Dodgers team with a power.
And now the pitch.
Swings through that one. Strike 3. And, it didn't seem... So he foul-tipped it back.
Foul-tipped that and...
back into the glove, but Alejandro couldn't hold on to it. So after the quick replay there, it is a foul tip. At first, everybody thought it was a strikeout. Everyone was on their feet. So I thought it was a strikeout. I think everybody thought it was a strikeout. At first, I think the umpires thought it was a strikeout, but it was a foul tip. So now
even
it remains
Kirk
3-2.
thought that was a strikeout there. 3-2 full count. Runners in the corners. 1 out. Scherzer. Pitch 42. Max Muncy. And he'll he'll load the bases now for Teoscar Hernandez.
Captain Clutch. He's coming in with the bases loaded now. Let's see if they make a pitching move. Wouldn't be surprised with a slugger like this. He really can turn this game upside down.
Scherzer here really has to stay poised. He can't get distracted by the fans, all the noise. He got to be focusing on the game. Dot up these pitches exactly where he wants them.
These Toronto fans are on their feet for Mad Max. Takes that one, inside ball. Hernandez, he's 0 for 12 with 8 strikeouts this postseason at Rogers Center.
Hernandez, now the pitch from Scherzer. He'll hit one. That will drop in. Oh, what a catch from the center fielder, Varsho. But a run, Will Smith will trot in to score. 2 outs, runners in first and second. It's a nice little, unintentional sac fly there for Teoscar Hernandez.
They chip away at this deficit, and now it's 3-1. Varsho lays out for that one. If he missed that one, that could have been really bad. But timed it up perfectly. A basket catch in the webbing for Varsho. But Will Smith does come around and score. So now we have runners on first and seconds, two outs. Dalton Varsho, he's 2024 Gold Glove winner.
And now for the Dodgers, we have Tommy Edman.
Edman, we were talking about earlier with that move by Dave Roberts.
As that's a changeup inside for a ball. 1-0 count.
Tommy Edman, 0 for 1 with a fly out in the second. This World Series, he has 0 homers, 154 batting average.
Use this stuff. And now the pitch. That's outside, way outside a fastball from Scherzer. His career against Max Scherzer, he's 6 for 19. He has 2 home runs. 1 home run. Scherzer. The pitch to Edman. He lines that one. What a diving play from Guerrero Jr. Did hit the ground. And there, Scherzer gets out of the jam and will go to the bottom of the 4th.
We'll be back after this short intermission. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rogers Center here in Game 7. We head into the top of the 5th.
And now the pitch. He'll line that out to Mookie Betts. He'll throw that over to Freeman. They got him.
Ernie Clement grounds out to Mookie Betts.
And now, next up, for the Blue Jays, we have Andres Jimenez. The pitch, that's up high from Robleski. That's pitch 11 for Robleski. Jimenez, that almost hit him right in the elbow guard. That's what the elbow guard is for, protect him from that sort of stuff. And the pitch from Robleski. That dots the corner of the right corner of the strike zone. And it's 1-1. Bottom of the 4th. Dodgers trailing 3-1 to the Toronto Blue Jays here in Game 7 of the World Series. He'll chop that one down the first base line, and that's foul. Now Jimenez, he's 0 for 1. He struck out earlier today. Robleski, pitch 14. 1-2. That's upstairs. It almost hit him right in the elbow guard again. You know, you have the Blue Jays manager, John Schneider. He's really trying to calm down Jimenez, to not get frustrated after two pitches that almost hit him right in the hand and elbow. Jimenez, 2-2 count. The pitch. That hit him. And that hit him. Jimenez is mad at Robleski, and it looks like there's beef between two, and the benches will clear. The benches will clear in Game 7 of the World Series. Dodgers, Blue Jays, they're meeting together. Jimenez must have said something to Robleski that did not sit well, and there you have, and there comes the bullpen.
The bullpen is coming out.
That all benches will fully clear, and you have Max Muncy holding back Robleski, holding back his feelings, making sure he doesn't get kicked from this game. You know, I think that was completely intentional. You saw 3 of them that almost hit him in the hand. That was one of them. That looked like it just hit the foam of the glove. Yeah, that's the one that hits him. There's the umpire point of view. Yeah, you could say it got him. He's in pain. No, he's not using the kindest languages of language there while speaking to Robleski. And there's just the replay of the benches clearing. Everybody back in their place. That was 100% intentional.
3 pitches in one at bat that go straight to the same spot. You know, it's not even like exact same spot.
And then there you say the kindest man in baseball, Freddie Freeman, comforting Jimenez after he just got hit by that pitch. Robleski will reset on the mound.
Robleski, obviously, this, you know, when that happens, especially on those 3 pitches, it can, you can get ejected from that. I'm betting if it happens again, he will definitely get tossed.
You know, especially here if George Springer.
Maybe he could break this game open with already having a 2-run lead, you know, just to get some insurance runs, because this Dodgers offense is
known to come back in World Series games.
Definitely.
Especially in the postseason as a whole. Olmstead, John Schneider will talk it over, as well as with Robleski and Jimenez. Everybody's on the same page. Dave Roberts coming out to have a chat. He's sent back to the dugout. And now you have Jimenez on first after the hit by a pitch that was completely intentional.
We don't exactly know, but it's most likely it was intentional. But
why are they giving him warm-up pitches?
All right. So, with 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th, with a runner on first after that Andres Jimenez hit by pitch, he's getting warm-up pitches. You know, just giving him some time to cool down. With the dangerous hitter up to the plate and George Springer.
George Springer. You know, he is 1 for 2, the number 1 hitter. As going back to that, he did have the mistake there earlier with the base running, but he made up for that. Now the pitch.
That almost hit him!
And he's looking. Robleski
He's 2
wants
for
to
5.
hit these guys, and I think if he hits Springer in this at bat, he's gonna get tossed.
Definitely. And he grabs it back to Robleski.
And everybody will be safe.
Deflected off of Robleski.
Jimenez and Springer. Jimenez at first, Springer at second. We have one out. For Westy, I'd say that's what you'd call a bit karma. That got him right in the knee there. I mean, don't blame the guy. And you know for sure that was not intentional, because that's very hard to do.
Definitely.
And it looks like
Dodgers
will talk him over. Looks like he's saying you want to stay in or you want to get him out. I'm not quite sure what it's saying.
Tyler Glass now warming up. Nathan Luke's on deck. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
No, excuse me.
next.
Luke's is batting.
Luke's is batting, and Vladimir Guerrero is on deck.
And
he's taking more warm-up pitches for some reason. And we rarely see that in a World Series Game 7 game, deciphering game, win or go home.
And now it
We
looks
have
like
never seen 2 straight at-bats, then the pitcher takes warm-up pitches again.
You know, Jimenez and Springer talking. Talking it over. Maybe there'll be a double steal situation for the Blue Jays. Nathan Lukes, he's 0 for 1. He had that sack bunt earlier. Glass is getting ready. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on deck. He's 0 for 1. He struck out against Ohtani and walked. The pitch to Nathan Lukes. That shot back to the mast of Will Smith. And it looks like in the nether regions. Got him.
So now 0-1.
That's gotta hurt, definitely. Umpire cleaning off the home plate. 0-1 count. Robleski. Nathan Lukes is a very calm, cool, collected player. Wouldn't you say so, James?
Definitely as cool as a cucumber. If he gets it, he's not going out after him. I'd say in big situations like he comes through. But now it's 0-2 as he takes high strike. Gets in the high cheese for that one. Now 0-2 with 1 away. And runners on first and second. He takes
Now
that
that's
a
a
high ball.
pitch upstairs, but a little bit too much. And it's going to be 1-2. Robleski pitch 21. Springer.
Swings through that one, an outside slider. Nasty. Hacks at that one, and now we have 2 away.
And it looks like Dave Roberts will come out and they'll make a pitching change.
We'll be back after this shorter intermission after the pitching change. And now back here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. steps up to the plate and Tyler Glass now gets the rock out of the pen. The 1-0 with 2 outs.
Runners on first and second. And he'll dot that sinker right down the middle to Guerrero Jr., especially Guerrero Jr., who a guy that hits for power. I wouldn't say for contact.
Definitely not.
No,
Yeah, he's
I don't know how he
power
took
hitter.
that pitch.
With 8 home runs in the postseason.
How about
Did he go
No.
the appeal to first? No, he
No.
did not.
2-1. Pitch 3 for Glass now. Toronto Blue Jays are leading 3-1 here in the Game 7 of the World Series. 2-1, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Can he make it 6-1? As that's a pitch way outside and way too low. 3-1 for
Low and
Guerrero
away
Jr.
curveball for Glass now.
Now Glass now. Let's see.
The 3-1 to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. here with 2 away, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. He lines that one.
And under it will get Edmund.
As
Tommy Edmund
we
will
head
get right
to the
under
top
that.
of the 5th. We'll be back. And we're back here in the top of the 5th as Kike Hernandez steps up to the plate.
And
0-1 now.
Scherzer, he has 48 pitches. 0-1 against Kiki Hernandez. The pitch to Scherzer. Hernandez swings right through that. He wanted that pitch bad, especially after his reaction.
Right down the middle
And
slider.
afterwards.
Warming up in the bullpen, Florida and Varland. Varland the right and Florida the left. The 0-2. Kike
Down
Hernandez takes that one, an outside slider. 1-2 now.
Ohtani
In the hole.
in the hole. On deck for the Dodgers, we have Miguel Rojas.
The
Kike
2-2
Hernandez,
now.
the 2-2 count. Scherzer. Hernandez. 2-2. Top fifth. No outs. No runners on. Hernandez.
Did he go? Yes, he did.
That's the third strikeout of the night for Max Scherzer.
All right, now to the plate, Miguel Rojas. Rojas has not been performing as well as expected this postseason. He's known for his contact hitting, not much known for clutch moments like these, especially when his team is down by 2. The 0-0 to Rojas takes that one, an inside slider for a strike. 0-1 now to Rojas. He's 0 for 1 with the strikeout in the third. This World Series, he's 0 for 6. The 0-1 now to Miguel Rojas. Lines that one fair down the left field line. Lukes gets it. And that will touch down for a base hit, a single for Miguel Rojas. And he gets things started here in the top of the 5th. A 1-out single for Miguel Rojas. And that brings up Shohei Ohtani. All right. It looks like there will be a pitching change. I don't know what's going to happen here. Florida might get the call here with a dangerous hitter and Shohei Ohtani up. Max Scherzer accepts it this time, and there will be a pitching change. We'll be back. We're back here in the top of the 5th as Max Scherzer. 54 pitches now coming in. Varland to Ohtani. Luis Varland. The 0-1 now to Shohei Ohtani. Florida is warming up in the pen. Ohtani is 1 for 2 with the single in the first. He has a .333 batting average. The 0-1 to Ohtani swings through that one. A nasty knuckle curve. Inside strike. 0-2 now here with 1 away. Double plays in effect. And if they could get out of this in the blink of an eye, this will set up high hopes for the Toronto Blue Jays to eventually go on and score more insurance runs, and that's what they really need.
Ohtani, 0-2, Varland the pitch. Ohtani lines
Grounds that one through the infield. That's a base knock. Addison Barger gets it. And Miguel Rojas is held up at second base.
Ohtani, you just that got to the infield of Bo Bichette. Ohtani. Runners on first and second. Ohtani at first. Rojas at second. 1 out. Smith, the pitch. And that's called a strike. That looked a bit outside, but the umpire there called a strike. Will Smith, he has 36 career RBIs in the postseason. And in this postseason, he has 52 at-bats, 6 runs, 14 hits, 269 average, 1 home run, and 7 RBIs. Will Smith now. 1-1 count.
Will Smith with 1 out, 2 runners on, and a 1-1 count. Smith flies that one!
And underneath that will be the Blue Jays center fielder,
Dalton Varsho.
Dolan Varsho.
He hauls it in, and now
they
there's
won't
2
tag.
away. Andres Jimenez holds up at second base. Now we have 2 runners on. 2 runners on and 2 away here in the top of the 5th.
Freddie Freeman, he's known for miracles in the postseason. Let's see, will he drive one? He'll line that one. That's a foul ball on a knuckle curve from Varland. That almost was fair. Not put in the air, hit the ground immediately after contact, 1 for 2. He had a single earlier in the 4th. Varland ready. He gets the okay from Kirk. Varland. Freeman. The pitch. That's way down low. That was a fast changeup at hitting 96. 1-1. Runners on first and second. 2 outs in the top of the 5th here. Dodgers. Blue Jays. Game 7. World Series. Blue Jays fans on their feet nervous because they know Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman. He drives one! Oh no, not that far. And Varsho will get under it. I thought that looked way farther than it was. Freddie Freeman was hyped. There's Max Scherzer. He gets excited. He's known for supporting his teammates afterwards. And we'll be here back soon.
And we're back here as Tyler Glasnow continues to pitch here in the bottom of the 5th. No outs, and Bichette steps up. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a 3-run homer. The runs of this game here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-0 to Bichette. He lines that one, snagged by Muncy. What a catch by Max Muncy. Steals, possibly extra bases, was down the line. Or it could have been curling foul, but, Bo Bichette and 3-run homer in the 3rd inning. He missed the first 2 rounds of the postseason. So, he's just been great this World Series, keeping the batting average up. First home run of the postseason. Stepping in, Addison Barger. He takes that one a low ball. 1-0. Addison Barger, 6 multi-hit games during this World Series. The 1-0 now to Addison Barger.
Now, that was a nasty sinker there.
1-1.
Bassett getting ready in the bullpen for the Blue Jays. Maybe he'll come in. Now, Glasnow.
1-1.
That's upstairs. 1-1.
2-1 now. With the 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Barger, he's 2 for 2. He has 2 singles. This World Series, he's batting .522. Which is pretty crazy.
He fouls that one back, and that's out of play. 2-2 now. All right, 2-2. Bottom of the 5th, the 1 out. Blue Jays up by 2. 3-1 here in Game 7 of the World Series. The 2-2 to Addison Barger.
Pitch. He'll rip
Swung
that
on and
one.
fouled down the first base line.
Barger 2-2.
2-2, he goes timeout. All right, this has been a crazy game already. Let's see if the Toronto Blue Jays can make it even more crazy. The Dodgers have had some playoffs, and they've made it a lot. 2025 current. 2024, they won the World Series. 2023, lost to the Diamondbacks. 2022, Lost to Padres 2021. Lost to Braves 2020. So they've made a lot of appearances. They've made it from 2025 now. And they made it. The only time they did not make it was last time they didn't. They made it from 2025.
And Glass now gets his first strikeout.
13. They missed the 2010, 2011, and 2012 playoffs, but that's really their longest drought in the 2000s that they missed. But they've had a bunch of playoff runs, and, this has just been a great one. Let's see if they can come back here now.
And a lot of successful ones. Alejandro Kirk, he's 0-2. And that's a strike. Looked like a ball to me. ABS would have called that back, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, definitely. That was definitely outside, but can't do anything about it now. Pops that one back. That's out of play. It's foul ball after the high sinker.
Oh, 2 outs. Bottom of the fifth. Alejandro Kirk. He'll loop that one right in, and that's in for the base hit. Edmund gets there. Alejandro Kirk with a nice little single, and Glass now looks upset at himself.
All right, a blue hit for Alejandro Kirk. Gets it into the outfield for a knock and keeps this inning alive here in the bottom of the fifth with 2 away. All right, bottom 5, 2 away. Dalton Varsho steps in. Swings to that one, strike 1. Slider. Flowing in.
Varsho, although he's not have a great performance at the plate, wouldn't you say, James?
Yeah, definitely.
He had a pretty solid performance in the outfield.
Yeah, he had that diving catch earlier on in the game to really save the day with the runners in scoring position. Even though Will Smith tagged up, it could have been a lot worse. So 1-1 now. And he's just been a great defender. Hasn't had the best at-bats, but he certainly comes in.
Rip that one right into Freddie
Rosas.
Freeman. He'll flip it over. Was about to say turn 2, but he didn't even need the double play. I'm Eddie McPhillips alongside James Knight. We'll be back after this quick break.